I thought I'd throw that in the beginning there for you because so many people don't watch videos till the end. That's what I have at the end of the videos from all the viewers here at the channel that have sent me pictures of their Christmas trees. It's not too late. Feel free to send me a message on the Facebook group. The links are down below in my bio. Merry Christmas to all. And glad you guys could make it. I'm Shawnee Claus in Alaska, Sean in Alaska. And basically, how I do this is I start at the top, I work my way all the way down through all the comments. Right now, I'm down at the bottom of the screen. So you guys let me know how's the video, how's the audio. Hopefully, everything's coming through okay. I'm waiting to see. I know there's a little bit of a lag. So if you ask me a question and I have not answered it, and it looks like I skipped it over, do me a favor and ask the question again, all in capital letters. If I have already answered it, I'll just skip by it. Not a big deal at all, but I want to make sure I get everybody's questions answered in a timely fashion. Sounds good, looks good, says Jill. Let's jump all the way back up to the top. I got Scotty from Scotty's Backyard Barbecue in here today. Scotty, how you doing? Scotty is in Wisconsin and he's doing prime rib, and he answered the question right off the bat. Please chime in, let me know where you're from and what will be on your Christmas table. You could do the full meal, or you could do what you're doing special for a dessert, what a family tradition is for you. I would love to hear it. My typical family tradition for dinner has always been prime rib, asparagus, rosemary roasted red potatoes, and burgundy mushrooms. They take about 8 hours long to cook on top of the stovetop. And that's kind of what I've always done. And then I do some braided breads, usually, the kind of bread that you just rip apart rather than cut for bread and butter instead of rolls. But that's what we've always done at the Owens household. Speaking of which, I've got a nice big pot of beef stew going on right now on top of the old camp stove in the kitchen. About halfway through this, I'll have to walk over and turn it off and let it finish cooking its way through. Charles and Annalyn, how are you doing? They're going to be in Bogo, or they live in the Bogo, Philippines. They'll be having turkey with chicken dressing, mashed potatoes with gravy, and French-style green beans. Also baking milk bread. Yummy. Milk bread is delicious. Joe in Muncie, Indiana. The location of is the location, and whatever Kaylin fixes or the family brings, all I know is to stay the heck out of the kitchen. Nice. I like it. I like it. Thomas Fry in Houston, Texas, be making some smoked meatloaf. That sounds delicious, Thomas. That sounds yum, yum, yum. Michael Nave, good to see you, my friend. Glad you could make it today. Sunshine, glad you could make it as well from beautiful Kenai, Alaska. They got 4 inches of snow overnight. So did I. I had to run the snowblower again today. I ran it on Friday when I got home from work, and then I had to run it again today. And Saturday I worked. Normally I don't work weekends, but we had a bunch of remodel stuff going on at the store, and so I went in on Saturday and gave my backup guy a hand trying to get everything cleaned up and back in shape for this week in grocery store life, which is probably the second busiest week, not counting July. For us. July for us is just off the hook, but right behind Thanksgiving. So we will be busy, busy, busy all week. Leslie Lindsay, good to see you, my friend. Glad you could make it from Eastern Oregon. Marcus, welcome. Good to see you, brother. Awesome, awesome to have you here today. And Robert at Curmudge Inn, welcome, my friend. Glad you could be here today. Super, super glad to see you. Jess at Rain Dance Bushcraft, how you doing, Jess? Good to see you. Awesome, awesome to have you. And I got a question about your whiskey live, but I'll get to that when I get to your comment. Not so much. How are you from balmy Minnesota? We're in the middle of December. It's 37 and 0 snow. Just weird, right? We've had a mild winter up here so far. I'm not complaining. I like it. Art, good to see you, brother. Awesome you can make it today. Ginger, glad you could be here as well. Thomas says, also planning my next trip in December next year, then moving summer of 2025. Nice. The thumbnail that I used for today's live, I took this morning with the camera right out the front porch. And next week's video, I'll have some more pictures. I didn't get a whole bunch. I got like 4 or 5. I got 2 from upstairs right when I woke up and looked out the bedroom window about 3:30 this morning. And then the other 2 I got from the front porch. They were just going crazy. So to have fresh snow on the ground yesterday and last night, and then to clear up this morning and have northern lights, it was like the ultimate Christmas present. I loved it, loved it, loved it. Ray Hindi, what's happening, my newfie friend? Good to see you. Everybody saying hello to everybody. Good, because that means I can scroll down. Angie, what's happening? Awesome to see you. You and Beamer checking in right on the Beamer cam. I hope we will see the Beamer cam at some point. There's AK Sunshine's other half. Warren, good to see you, brother. Good to have you here. I hope you're doing fantastic. Raquel, welcome. Glad you could be here. Christine, welcome. Glad you could be here as well from Boucans, Newfoundland, Canada. Another Newfie in the house. Nice. 2. We're conquering Newfoundland now. The Celtic heart of North America. That's what Newfoundland is. Raquel, holiday greetings from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Thank you very much. I don't know how much longer I can wear this hat. This thing is so hot. I wear it at work all Christmas week because I work in a refrigerator all day. So it's not that bad. But right now it is warm. Jonathan Davis, welcome, my friend. Merry Christmas to you. Glad you could pop in today. Richard Capel Sr., welcome, my friend. Happy holidays to you as well. And Al, the man on the street himself. You like turtles? Jill, Merry Christmas to you as well. Everybody's saying Merry Christmas. CB, glad you can make it, my friend. Awesome to have you here today. Rub it in, Art. 61 degrees in the deep south. You're probably wearing a coat right now then. Actually, knowing you, you're probably sitting out on your back deck in a t-shirt. Right now, it is 30 degrees Fahrenheit here at the cabin in beautiful Funny River, Alaska. Destiny, welcome. Good to see you. She's in Canada. Christmas dinner's mashed potatoes with butter, stuffing, huge salad, fruit charcuterie board, bubbly Pellegrino with ice, and a snacky tray to graze from for dessert. Yum, that sounds good. That sounds delicious. Thanks, Marcus. Greatly appreciated. I've had this hat for, I bet you 10 years if I've had it for a day. Everybody saying hi to everybody else. Ward! What's happening, brother? Long time no see. Ward was actually at the house about an hour ago. Alex B., welcome, my friend. Glad to see you. Shanta Claus. I could have gone that way, right? Instead of Shawnee Claus. Everybody's saying everything's good. Audio's good. Matt, I was supposed to be at a family dinner, but there's pneumonia all over, so you get to be here instead. Glad to have you here. Hope everybody gets better quick. It's nothing worse than being sick during the holidays, man. That's a terrible, terrible feeling. I like your little mini tree, man. It's awesome. It's a beautiful, beautiful tree. I do. Everybody's saying everything's going good. Scrolling back through. Again, if I miss your comment, leave it again down below. I'm scrolling through trying to catch up, so I'm not as far behind this week as I was last week. Steve G., welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you could be here today. I love you some prime rib, right? A prime rib is the bomb. It is the ultimate. It's the only time of the year I really eat it, but I may cook it through it at different intervals throughout the year, just to be able to do French dips and some different prime rib sandwiches. Yum, yum, yum. Jill says, Minnesota, and they're having prime rib, shrimp, Caesar salad, and Irish potatoes. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Jess says, we do a Réveillon with the in-laws on the 24th every year, which is mostly seafood and a French-Canadian meat pie called tourtière. I butchered that, I'm sure. But that sounds delicious. It sounds yummy, yummy. Usually on Christmas Eve, I get together with Brother Will and his in-laws and Todd, and we get pizza from Papa Murphy's, and we do pizza on Christmas Eve. And then I don't know if I'm doing I'm probably not doing a big dinner this year. I'll probably just do something laid back at the house. But Christmas Eve is on Sunday, so we will be live on Christmas Eve. Join me if you can. It's not a big deal. But, you know, I've made a promise to myself to always go live on Sundays while I can. And then I'll be live on Christmas Day for an extended period of time. And I'll probably let you guys know sometime during the week if you are subscribed to the channel. You'll see it in the community tab of what my plans are, what time I'm planning on going live on Christmas Day. Dorth! What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Christy, welcome. Glad you could be here today. Flying through here. I love when everybody says hello to everybody else. It's so cool. It is so cool. Carol L., welcome. Glad you could be here today. Merry Christmas to you as well. Anne O'Brien, welcome. Glad you could be here from Wexford, Ireland. Dimensional horse. That's a bad hat. That's one bad hat, Harry. We're about to go to the ball cap here. I'm telling you, my head's just sweating right now. Destiny, Kristen, Charles, Dennis, welcome, my friend. Rain today, snow tomorrow in Northwest Ohio. Wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. I'll play that little Christmas tree thing at the end of the video. So after the hour is done and up, I'll answer a couple of more comments on the sidebar here in the chat, and I'll just put that one up to play it again because it's so cool that folks have reached out like that and sent me all these pictures when I asked for them. And I love doing that to the end of the videos all through December. Neo North, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Northern Minnesota, just rained there. Dan, welcome. Or is it? I got my glasses on here. Danny, there we go. Smoked turkey and smoked venison sausage from Lakeland, Florida. Yum. Smoked venison sausage. Yum. Natasha, welcome and Merry Christmas to you. Ontario, Canada, and you're making a turkey for Christmas. Very cool. Ali G, welcome. From London, Ontario, Canada, I think we'll be having turkey dinner. P.S. I just got the go-ahead to share our Christmas tree, so expect that soon. Very cool. And again, if you want, I've got like 2 videos left for this year that I'm going to put that at the end of, and I might sneak one in there at the beginning of January as well. But if you go to the Facebook page, and the links are down below in my bio or in the channel show notes. So if you go to the Facebook page, follow me there, send me a message on Messenger, I'll download it from there. Send me a picture in Messenger, and I'll download it from there and throw it in at the end of the videos, and it stays up there forever. Or my email's down below as well. If you feel more comfortable emailing it to me, do that as well. And I don't, as you just saw it, is how it plays. There's no names or anything to it. I just love showing off everybody's creativity. I think it's wonderful. My daughter, Hillywood's Life, Rose says, Merry Christmas, my granddaughter, Rosie. Hi, Rose. Rosie, Grandpa still has your socks. I'll have them until you're like 50. She threw her socks in my luggage when I was down there in California. I think she was going to move. She was planning on coming to Alaska with Grandpa on that trip, and she couldn't fit in the luggage, but she got her socks in there. Everybody saying hi to Ward. Everybody saying hi to Ward. Yeah, Destiny, it is. It's getting closer and closer. So this week, I'll tell you, the last week I haven't done much because I worked a lot. I got a lot of extra hours in at the store, so I didn't get much done on the inside. But I'm lined up and I'm ready to go to get real busy the first couple of days of this week, so that I can have a video for you. And my plan is that I will have the hole punched through the wall this week, and then we'll just take it from there and see how far we progress and how fast we progress. I'm really lucky because it hasn't been that cold. I'm very, very thankful for that. Cigar Prepper, welcome. Glad you could make it today. Also, my apologies for being so late on answering comments. Normally, I jump right on them on Fridays after the video comes out, but I was running all over the place, and I knew I was working on Saturday, so I answered, I think, most of the video comments this morning. Hey, Sean Claus, what am I going to bring us? Cookies and Irish whiskey? Nice. If you're having cookies and Irish whiskey, I'll show up. Ekati, welcome. Glad you can make it today. Raul, welcome. Awesome to have you here today. Man, I'm behind here again. I hate when I do that. Everybody's saying hi. Good. You guys keep saying hi to each other, and then that way I can scroll through real quick. Brian Mullings, welcome, my friend. Merry Christmas to you. Love the blue beetle pine you're doing. Thanks, man. From Tilly, Alberta. So for anybody who, when I say blue stained pine, I've had a lot of questions about, what is it stained with? So it's actually called spalted pine. That's the technical term for it. And it's naturally blue stained. Those lines are left from an enzyme when the beetles get in there and start to kill the tree. And that enzyme comes from the beetles and stains that wood that color. And it's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. It gets colors of, it's called blue stain, but it's kind of a bluish gray. And then it'll get some red colors in there too. It's really pretty. Leslie Lindsay, my son and I used to do Papa Murphy's for Christmas. I have no idea as I'm going to my son's place this year. Nice. Well, hopefully he'll pull through with the Papa Murphy's, right? Tradition. We got to keep traditions going. Trudy, welcome. Glad you could make it today. Another great video this week. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. Christy says, we do a traditional Polish Eve dinner on the 24th. Homemade pierogies, potato, cheese, and sauerkraut, and homemade gumpki and Polish sausage. Yum. Man, that sounds good. I love food. If you didn't know, I love food. Emma, welcome. Glad you could be here today. Merry Christmas to you as well in the UK. And you'll be doing turkey and all the trimmings. Very good. Barbara Ann Walsh, welcome. Merry Christmas to you. From Birmingham, England. Man, you guys are up late. Anthony Jaster is back in Fairbanks. Welcome, brother. Welcome back to the Great Land. Awesome. Awesome that you moved up here, man. Awesome that you got a gig up here. I think that's fantastic. Anthony is Brother Will's nephew. So I've known that kid for a long time and got a chance to meet him right after I got up here, and just a wonderful individual. Trail Camp Pete, Merry Christmas, brother, to you and your entire family from me and the chickens here in Funny River, Alaska. Everybody's saying Merry Christmas. Everybody's saying hi. John, how you doing, brother? Merry Christmas to you. Where's the Christmas kilt, right? That'd be nice. A nice red and green Christmas kilt. I think I can make that happen. Can't do it this year, but I can make that happen in the future. I could be like Santa kilt. That would be nice. In the snow outside? Oh, that would work. That would work. Cozy Corner Cabin, welcome and Merry Christmas to you from Quebec, Canada. Awesome. There's another question. Where's the Christmas kilt? Steve says, my sister's always made a big meat lasagna and a vegetable lasagna for our annual Christmas Eve celebration. I'm not sure why it's lasagna, but it's pretty good. My mom used to make lasagna too on Christmas Eve. And I think it's because it's a pretty easy dish to make. And you're going to be very busy all day on Christmas cooking and doing all the stuff with the fancy food. So we always did kind of a pasta or, pizza or something like that. Something on the Italian side, but mom was Sicilian. So yeah, that's where that came from. Canadian, welcome, brother. Merry Christmas to you. Kevin, glad you can make it today from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Christmas dinner is ham with pineapple and green beans, salated cottage cheese, cucumbers, shredded cheese, croutons, French dressing. Dessert is vanilla ice cream and chocolate cream pie. Yum. Yum. John, hang some bells off that kilt. Diana. I'm really looking forward to the wood stove too. I can't wait to start the first fire in that wood stove, because I think at that point it will be, I don't know, it'll be a culmination of many things for me. So I'm kind of excited, looking forward to that as well. Thank you, Scotty. He threw the email address in there for you guys for the Gmail. You guys can reach out to me at that email anytime. I have people that they get questions about Alaska, or they get questions that they don't really want to ask in a chat format like this. And I have no problem answering them. I will answer them to the best of my ability. Sometimes I can't get to them right away, but I check the email usually every single morning at lunch while I'm at work, and then a couple of times on the weekend. So feel free to reach out there if you'd like. Shannon, welcome. Merry Christmas from Poland. Very cool. Very nice. Sean, I'm eating a turkey leg at the moment. Nice, Eka. Nice. Bailey's or vodka? For me, it's neither. I don't really do Bailey's Irish cream, and I'm not a vodka drinker. I am an Irish whiskey drinker. I do my house whiskey is Tullamore Dew. That's the one that I drink all the time. As a kid growing up, Dad did Wild Turkey, but he also did Bushmills and Jamesons. And Wild Turkey's an American bourbon. But I have pretty much always been a drinker of the Irish. I was a Jameson's guy for a long time, and then I moved up to Tullamore Dew. And I say moved up because I think it's a much smoother, nicer sipper for me. And I'll just do a dram maybe twice a week, which is just a wee bit in a glass, maybe twice a week, and I sip it. I don't shoot it. I'm way past that. I'm way too old for that kind of stuff. Also, Destiny saying thanks to Scotty for the email. You guys want some great cooking recipes? Scotty's Backyard Barbecue. Scotty, oh man, he does stuff with meat that just leaves me drooling every time. You got to check him out. You got to check out Scotty. See, that's crazy. Angie's saying she got her third ad, and I set this up for 30 minutes. So next weekend, there'll be no ads. I'll turn them off completely. Everything completely. And then I'll just go back and I'll do them on the replay only. By the way, if you guys are watching this after we've already been live, you can join me at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. That's 3 o'clock Alaskan Standard Time, which is 4 p.m. Pacific Time. And you guys can do the math going forward from there. And if not, welcome. I hope you guys have a wonderful and Merry Christmas. And you could still comment on the video if you're watching this after the live is over, and I'll try and get back to all your comments there as well. Henry Leslie, Vermont, welcome, my friend. It is 38 Fahrenheit and rain there, but that means that 38 is like the magic number, right? If it dips much below 38, you usually get snow at that point. So fingers crossed that you guys get a white Christmas. Sorry, I got called away and never finished your Christmas supper. On the 25th, we go to my family's for a typical Anglo thing, turkey, cranberries, and all that stuff. Nice, nice. And you need to tell me more about your live whiskey tasting, Jess, because if that's tonight, I need to make sure that I know about it so that I can join you. That would be awesome to watch. Oh, and that was it. What was the whiskey live question? Put the link into the channel or um, say the name of the channel, and then Scotty or Robert, if you could, share the link for the channel because Jess has got some neat content. I love watching Jess, and Jess does a great live every Tuesday night. A lot of fun. River of Life Assemblies in Nilchik. Awesome to see you guys. Merry Christmas to you. From Nikiski, hope you weathered last night's storm okay. Another storm coming in tonight. We've got snow in the forecast, I think, almost every day this week, which a lot of people might take as negative up here, but I am adamant when I say that every day above zero is one day closer to breakup, and we don't get a whole lot of below zero days when we get snow. So the snow can keep coming. I've got a snowblower. It could just keep coming. I'm fine with that. Christine, we have turkey and trimmings and cookies for dessert. Just sent my tree via Facebook. Very awesome. Awesome. I appreciate that. Barbara Ann, I completely agree with you. When I first started going live, and I watch a lot of other channels that are live, and when I first started going live, my biggest fear was that I would get knuckleheads that would come in here and try and mess it up for everybody. But these are some of the nicest, kindest people I have ever had the privilege of knowing in my own lives, and it's just super, super touching to me. I really enjoy the folks that show up here week in and week out. CK, welcome and Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Glad you can make it today. Dimensional Horse is asking how many more days till Christmas, and more importantly, how many more days until the 21st? Because today is the 17th of December, and on the 21st, the daylight hours start going the other direction, and we start getting longer days again. So we are just about to the shortest day of the year here in Alaska, and then we start swinging the other way, and the days get longer, and things warm up, and life gets good again. Life's always good in Alaska, but it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing when the 21st hits. Karen, welcome. Glad you could be here today. Merry Christmas to you and your family. JD, what's up, brother? Good to see you. My heartfelt greetings. Merry Christmas to you and Rhonda. I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday season, and I hope your year is fantastic next year. JD's been around for a long time on this channel, and I appreciate every single thing he has sent me messages, he has sent me emails. He's just a wonderful individual as well. I'm telling you, the people I've met through here have just blessed me beyond belief. Sean, do you like lobster? I like most seafood. Some don't care for it or have shellfish allergies. Maine is pretty big lobster exporter. I do. I mean, I'll eat lobster. I'll eat anything pretty much. I don't care for pork belly unless it's in the form of bacon. But lobster's a good thing. It's just not something that I generally would buy on my own. I have no allergies to food that I know of, except I'm allergic to running out of food. Yeah, that's one allergy I guess I would have. Ooh, yum. Kahlua cake for Christmas dessert. Very good. Oh, it's the Bailey's or vodka for you? Nice, nice. Scotty shared his link there for his channel. I'm not kidding you guys. You guys will, if you watch Scotty's videos, after he's done cooking it and he's plating it up for you at the end, your mouth will start drooling. You'll be like, okay, I got to go back and watch that again. How did he do that? Some people getting ads, some people not. Sean, where are you going to go to source your wood for your wood stove from? Right outside. Right outside that window. I've got a bunch of beetle kill trees, bug kill trees here on the property. So I'm going to cut those down and it'll open up the property and hopefully make the rest of the trees a little healthier. But a lot of the wood will come from this property, and then I'll probably buy some birch because I don't have any birch on the property, just because it's a better burning wood than the spruce is. But I'll source most of it myself right here. There's always firewood around. Yeah, see, it's after midnight there. You guys are troopers. You guys are troopers. Anybody east of the United States is a trooper for being here. That is super awesome. Sunshine is thinking of ham for Christmas dinner, but you are new to Christmas. No problem, Robert. He's here listening, but on the phone, not a problem at all. Whiskey man myself, Gibbons, you find a nice smooth drink, or Gibson's, nice. Yeah, I am. When I was younger, right? When we're all younger, at least my generation, when we were younger, we did crazy stuff. It was whiskey and tequila and rum, and that's about the only mixed drink I drink is rum and coke or an old fashioned. I do like a really good old fashioned. But I got into sipping and tasting and enjoying the flavors of whiskeys. And speaking of flavor, let me show you guys something real quick here. Oh. So I got a package in the mail the other day, and this is the box that it came in. Okay? But there's no card. And I just wanted to reach out right now and say thank you very much, whoever sent this to me, because it is a box full of all kinds of different flavors of tea. And I'm kind of a tea nut. I like tea. So, I mean, Irish breakfast is the one I have in the house all the time. I drink that stuff all the time. But there are a ton of teas I didn't even know Twinings made. So thank you very much. There was no card that I could find so far in the bag or in the box telling me who it was from, but it is greatly appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Boy, if you have a white Christmas in the Philippines, we got a real problem, Charles. Kiwi lad, Merry Christmas to you from sunny Bay of Plenty in New Zealand. Nice. I don't remember, but we played together in Stormfall Age of War on Facebook. Oh man, that was a long time ago. I haven't played that game in forever. That is a crazy long time ago. Steve G, you'd be surprised how many people I know just go out for Chinese buffet on Christmas to avoid all the work involved, making a giant meal and then having to clean up. Exactly. You know, to me, Christmas is about, you know, the family anyway. I know the reason for Christmas, but I stay away from all politics and all religion anywhere on the channel. But it's the time together with loved ones that really makes a big difference to me. And that was a tough adjustment when I moved here to Alaska, because other than, you know, I've got brother Will, and I call him brother Will because he's like a brother to me. I called his mom. He called my mom growing up. So we've known each other forever. But not having my brothers and, you know, can't have mom and dad around anymore. They're gone. But my kids and my grandkids and everything around, that was a big adjustment. That was a big adjustment to me. But whatever your holiday traditions are, just pass them down. That, to me, that's the most important thing, that you pass those traditions down so the next generation does it too. Ward says right now we are down to 5 hours and 47 minutes of daylight right here. That is it. I mean, as I look outside, and it is pretty. It is really pretty. I'll get a picture and I'll share it with you guys on the community page after the live's over. But it is, what, 3:30 in the afternoon right now, and that sun's already setting. Smiley, what's happening, brother? Merry Christmas to you. Some of us are knuckleheads. We just control ourselves. Or maybe, no, I'm a knucklehead too. We should have like the knucklehead club, right? Nice. Alex wants to know, does the state of Alaska allow? Yes, yeah, you can go in and you can get wood cutting permits on different federal lands and parks around the area. And I don't think they cost anything. It might be, I don't know, buck. It's minimal if it costs anything at all. But they do allow it. But they want you to be. There's certain rules that you have to follow. You have to make sure you clean up after yourself when you're done, that kind of stuff. But yeah, they do allow it up here. Yeah. So going forward, then starting next week, I'll make sure there's no ads on the live at all, and then there'll just be the ads, whatever ads that pop up afterwards for the replay. And if there's anything that you missed, if you missed a link or anything in here, I try to set these up so that the chat bar on the side also plays if you're watching it again. So if you kind of remembered, hey, it was the first half, you can scroll through the first 30 minutes real quick. And that side chat bar there, if there was a link that you wanted to catch or comment that you wanted to catch, you can go back and you can look at it again. I try to make sure that those are always there. Karen wants to know how the family's doing. They're doing fantastic. I've been chatting more with my kids and grandkids over the last week than I have in the last 6 months. It's nuts, but it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Everybody's doing fantastic, though. Ward, I can't show you the stew because I can't carry the camera over there. You'll have to watch it in next week's video. Time with loved ones, Sean? Bah humbug. Whatever, Jess. You have kids. You know exactly what I mean. Christmas is about the kids. Esteban, welcome. Glad you can make it today. Merry Christmas to you as well. And if I mispronounce anybody's name, let me know because I want to get it right. Ray Davis, a bit late tonight, but busy Sunday getting ready for Christmas and going to church. That's priorities, man. Those are priorities. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, Jess, what CB says. Stop being a Grinch. Hike with Mike, welcome. Glad you could make it today. From the furthest place from Alaska, Florida. That being said, my favorite place to be is on the Kenai Peninsula in the summertime, right? I love it. The Kenai Peninsula is absolutely gorgeous. It is absolutely beautiful. And that's where I'm at, on the Kenai Peninsula. Smiley, it's Sean in Alaska, wishing you all in chat a very peaceful Christmas. I like that too. That's a nice sentiment right there. When I pass down is I burn everything. I've said it multiple times and I'll say it again. We used to give my mom grief all the time, and we'd say, "Hey, Mom, are we having ranch style tonight?" And ranch style meant Mom burnt dinner again. But my brothers and I all cook. So as we got older and we got out of the house and did our own thing, Mom and Dad never had to cook another meal for the holidays. It was always myself or my brothers always had something going for Thanksgiving and Christmas. We always took care of that. And you can't burn corned beef and cabbage because you boil corned beef. So at least we do in my house. So yeah, you can never mess that up unless you put the cabbage in too early. Scotty, Merry Christmas to you, brother. We'll chat on Facebook, man. Sean, do you get the same income from live ads as you do from post live ads? I don't know. I still haven't figured out the whole ad revenue thing, to be honest with you. So, I mean, if I make a penny, I'm a happy, thankful person. That's all I can tell you. I know I actually get paid if someone is a paid YouTube member. All right, if they have the YouTube Premium, I actually get probably the most money from that, from somebody who's a paid YouTube member that actually watches the channel. But I couldn't tell you how it breaks down. I'm not that good at the analytics that I have. I'm not that good at reading them anyway. But he's saying hi. Bill at the Lone Moose, how you doing, brother? Good to see you today. Pretty excited for you getting those piers put in at your property and getting your piece of Alaska going. That's super exciting, Bill. Super exciting. Smiley, thanks for popping in. Greatly appreciated. Merry Christmas to you and your family. And as always, good to see you here. Karen asks, Sean, the ladies and the Black Beauties are doing well. They're doing fantastic. Yeah, they were out a bit today, and this warmer weather has been a pretty good thing for them because I still have some birds that are going through a molt right now, and it's been a lot easier on them when it's not below zero. We did have one day this week where it was like 5 below zero, but it warmed up that afternoon. So yeah, they're doing really well. Just wish they'd start laying eggs again. I might have to buy some next week. Steve G, what is my go-to must-visit restaurant when I return to the lower 48 to visit family? Mike's Pizza of Sonora. That is every time I have gone back to California, because I'm going to tell you right now that I don't care where I have been in the state of Alaska, nobody up here knows how to make a pizza properly. To me, pizza is all about the crust, because anybody could put the sauce and the toppings on anything. And if the crust isn't right, the pizza's not right. The best pizza I have found in the state of Alaska is at Big John Chevron on Poppy and K Beach. And I stop in there and get a slice. They sell it by the slice there too. So I can stop in and get a slice probably 2 or 3 times a week. But Mike's Pizza of Sonora is my number one stop off place in California. I eat there every time I go back down. Oh. I can burn water. Nice. Homer is beautiful, Mike. Homer is beautiful. I agree with you on the penny thing, Sean. I've made a whopping $100 and change this entire year. Of course, I haven't been really active. But yeah, because of all the personal stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just to me, there are people who make a living off of YouTube, and that's their life, and that's their business, and that's what they do, and that's awesome. I think it's incredible that this is available. But I didn't start this to do that, and anything that gives me a little bit back is greatly appreciated. It helps with the build, right? It all goes back into the cabin anyway. Sean, is the off-grid property tax fairly low in your area? Property tax in general is pretty low in my area. I think my property taxes for this year, and that's because they really don't know that there's a house on here yet. I'm not volunteering any more information than I need to do. My property tax went up because they assessed me more for the driveway, which went in 3 years ago. So I'm hoping we're a little bit behind there. I think my property tax this year was like $238 total for the whole year. And when I turned 65, it's the first $250,000 of value of your property in this borough is tax free. So I won't have property tax at all at that point. Now I could go in and file for. They have like a $50,000 threshold forgiveness that everybody could file for on their property while they're developing it, and I could go file for that and pay no property taxes. But honestly, I don't, a couple of $100 a year, I don't mind. My property taxes go to the hospital, the schools. I don't, I don't mind paying some. So yeah, it's very reasonable. Ashley Anderson, welcome. Glad you could make it today. Very good to see you. Merry Christmas to you. Rose Family Vlog, welcome from North Carolina. Am I close to Anchor Point? Yes, I'm north of Anchor Point. Anchor Point's probably about an hour and 15-minute drive away from me, down heading south towards Homer. It's Anchor Point's closer to Homer than it is closer to me. So maybe an hour and a half away, but I looked at property in Anchor Point when I was first getting ready to move up here too. It's a neat little area. It's pretty down there, and the closer you get to Homer, the more mild it gets, but you can get a lot of snow down there too. CV, anyone watching, only 30 thumbs up. Nice, I appreciate it. The thumbs up are nice because, especially during a live, YouTube will suggest the live to more people if there's a bunch of thumbs up on it. Basically, it says, look, all these people are enjoying themselves on that live. They're all giving it thumbs up. Let's suggest it to other people to see if we can get them to go in there too. Lori Nolan, Merry Christmas to you and welcome from Nebraska. Well, thank you very much, Lori. I greatly appreciate that. I miss Homer. I went there with $2,000 on your credit card and stayed until you ran out of credit card bill. Yeah, that's a good vacation. That's a great vacation, Mike. JD's asking how the new roof is shedding. I don't think I've had more than 4 inches of snow on that roof before it has shedded right off. It is so awesome. So I don't have the big buildup at all on the roof that I had last winter. But last winter I just had the tarp on there. I didn't have the metal. It's performing perfectly. And my overhangs on the side of the cabin, I'll actually get some of that. Maybe we'll do a little walkthrough on next week's video too of the property and how things are holding up. Because with the pitch of the roof and the overhang, most of the roof is staying, or most of the snow is staying quite a ways away from the building itself, which is super awesome. And O'Brien, Merry Christmas to you. Have yourself a wonderful day, and I'm glad you could make it tonight. Much, much appreciated. You as well, Barbara Ann. Get some sleep, right? There's water to burn in the morning, lass. There's water to burn. Merry Christmas to you. Long's Quest, Merry Christmas, and thanks for joining me today. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, I'm scared of buying swampland, and everyone tells me be careful, period, buying land around that area. Look for the keywords great moose habitat. If those words are anywhere in the real estate ad for the property you're looking at, it's swamp. Don't buy it. Also, look at aerial pictures. If you have, we're going to look at this screen right here, right? And if Sean is one clump of trees and the Christmas tree over here is another clump of trees and everything else is kind of brown in the middle, you probably don't want it. It's probably swampland. Merry Christmas to you. Glad you can make it today. Greatly appreciated. Dimensional Horse wants to know, will I be building a tool shed? Yes. Well, a shop, a kind of a shop, a small, long, narrow shop. But it'll have my tools in it. I'll keep the snowblower in there. It's going to go where the chicken coop is now, because I'm planning on moving the chicken coop back further on the property and building a big enough coop that I can actually walk into. So I'll move that'll be the first thing, is the chicken coop will get built with a better run for the birds, a better winter run where they can get outside more and be snow free during the winter. So the coop will go back on the back part of the property with a bigger run, and then I'll clear up the area where the coop is now, and I'll build probably a long, narrow shop right there. Destiny's asking, so after the cabin's done, what's next? I've been thinking about that lately, and I'm a long way away from being done. I mean, that's pretty obvious. But I've always wanted to build a log cabin, and there are some properties up north that I've been kind of looking at in some areas up north. So yeah, we might see how much more I can build while I still can build. But yeah, when the cabin's done, I'm not. That's for sure. I mean, I didn't come to Alaska just to be done. I came here to do things and enjoy my life and live it. So yeah, there'll be a lot more to come. There'll be a lot more to come. Hey, not a problem at all. If you've got any other questions, feel free to reach out at the email at SeanInAlaska@gmail.com or SeanOwens@Alaska@gmail.com. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions I can for you. Yvonne, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you could make it. You slacked off in the comments the last two videos. Don't worry about it, right? We all get busy. We all get busy. There's channels that I watch without failure that over the last month or so, I've missed a bunch of their episodes, and I got to go back and get caught up. But we all get busy, and I greatly appreciate it whenever you're there and whenever you leave a comment. Todd, you're done plowing? That's neighbor Todd that helped with the roof and so many other things here on the cabin across the street. And during the winter, he plows yards for people. He plows driveways and stuff like that. And he's been busy for, I imagine, Friday and today. Shrek does love swamplands, right? And Shrek's like an onion because onions have layers. Can you tell I have kids and grandkids? Is that tapping a timer? Actually, no. The tapping, if you can hear it, is a fan that I have mounted on my buddy heater, and I'll do a little quick thing about it in next week's video that a company sent me that I thought was super cool. So it's like the fans you put on your wood stove, but it's got a mount right on top of your buddy heater. So that's what that tapping is. So yeah, next week's video, more about that. I'll show you the whole thing, and I'll have links to the company because it's super, super cool. Eves, welcome, my friend. Merry Christmas to you. Glad you can make it today. Kyle, Merry Christmas to you as well. Glad you can make it today. Right? The building bug is nibbling away. It is, man. It is. It's crazy. Right? There's always something else to do. BLR, Merry Christmas. Glad you can make it today. Matt in Minnesota, waving a hand at you. Right back at you, brother. Merry Christmas. I'm all caught up. I love when I get all caught up. All right. Sip of the Gatorade here. Nice big sip. Hang on one second. I'm going to go turn that stew off. Oh. Oh, now it'll just finish cooking on its own with the heat in the pot. It is. It's a really, matter of fact, you really couldn't see it. It's a little bit dark over there. Oh, can you see it or not? Now, hit myself in the head here. It's a bit dark over there, but I'll show you guys that fan in next week's video because I do some promotional stuff. I don't do a lot of it. I only really do promotional stuff that has to do with my lifestyle and my channel. And when they reached out to me, I thought this is a super cool thing. And then it's been on that buddy heater now for about a week and a half. And it's made a difference. It's made a huge difference in how the cabin has heated, but more about that next week. My brother just got one of those fans that run themselves on top of his buddy heater. Right? Yeah, these guys have an Amazon page as well. I saw Simple Living Alaska got a roadkill moose for free. Do I have that option where you are? I do have that option, and no, I'm not signed up for it because I really don't have storage. I mean, I have a freezer over at Brother Will's house, uh, but there's other families that need that more than me. I don't. I don't need that. Um, you know, I could pay for whatever I have, and I know Simple Living Alaska can too. But they like more wild, and they're more about more wild and sustainable in their diet than I am. I'm not really. I mean, I wouldn't mind more sustainable as far as That's why I'm putting a garden and everything in next year. But that's not a program that I think I would be interested in doing. I've had moose a couple of times. Not a big fan. I like caribou better, and I love sheep. So those are my favorite wild games up here in Alaska. Hermit Hill Farm, welcome. Glad you can make it today. I stumbled on the videos, and you and the hubs are loving every. Oh, awesome, very cool. I greatly appreciate that. I like when I get comments like that, and the channel over this last year of breaking ground, actually building the cabin and moving into the cabin, and the cabin life here has really seen a lot of growth. And man, there's been some neat people that have reached out, and I've had some wonderful, wonderful comments. Very, very cool. Dimensional Horse, Merry Christmas to you as well. Glad you could be here this evening. Awesome to see you. As always, love the comments. Love the comments in the live chat from you too. And I didn't call you Delusional Horse this time. I stuck with Dimensional Horse the whole time. Anybody else got any questions real quick? We're getting down towards the end of it. We got about 8 minutes left. And like I said, at the very end here, so at the hour on my end, I'll go ahead and I'll play that Christmas tree montage again from everybody that was generous and kind enough to send me a picture of the Christmas tree to throw at the end of the videos. CK, you're a good man, Sean, by allowing other families to get the moose. And again, I don't need it. If I had family and kids and everything else, and that would be just another way to help support my family, that would be a completely different situation. I don't need that. I make good enough money. I don't have much debt in my life. And I have plenty of food here. I've got lots of salmon in the freezer. So yeah, I'd rather see that go to somebody that really, really needs it, or somebody who is on that kind of a diet where that's the lifestyle that they really want. That's not me. I need my New Yorks and my ribeyes. Karen asking if I've got a stocking. No, I don't have a stocking on the wall. Again, Santa's got other folks that need to stop off and make sure they get stuff in their stockings. I don't need one of mine. Sent you a hint about tea. Okay, was that you, Alex? If it was, dude, whoever sent it was awesome, because I do like a glass of tea once or twice a day, and I think that's all the Canadian channels rubbing off on me. Right, Jess? On it, man. Get on it. Send me a message. Send me an email. Put it on Discord. One way or the other. I'll get a picture of your tree. I'll get it up there. I did, Matt. I just haven't. I got it after this week's video was already set up. So by Wednesday, if you guys are sending me a picture of your tree, I'm going to have it by Wednesday when I edit the next week's video. Because I usually edit pretty early in the week now. And then if you get it to me after that, then it'll be in the following week's video. I miss you too. Ash, I do miss you as well. Loser. I don't know if you talked about putting in a garden or not, but if you do, what's your thoughts on it, and what would you put in? So I'm looking more and more over the next month of what I can grow in this area. Basic root crops, obviously potatoes, carrots, probably some beets, because I'm a huge fan of beets. I like the big Detroit beets. I like beets pickled, but I also like the golden beets. Baked in the oven. They're just delicious to me. So I'd like to grow some stuff that I can store, and I'd like to grow some stuff that I can. But you're kind of limited. I can't really do much with tomatoes because I don't have a greenhouse. Eventually I will. Tomatoes need a warmer climate. Even the cold varieties of tomatoes, I'm going to get limited success with. Corn, limited success with, even though corn's always fun to grow. But I'll get more into that in 2024 in the early months of the year as I'm getting everything set up and ordering seeds for the garden. What's my favorite Christmas song that kind of gives you a nostalgic feel? Well, there's a couple of them. One is the hula hoop song. Christmas Don't Be Late, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Obviously, that was my grandfather's favorite song, favorite Christmas song. But I'm a White Christmas guy all the way. I love the song White Christmas. If it's just music, then it's Trans-Siberian Orchestra. But White Christmas by Bing Crosby, the bomb, the bomb. Jonathan's asking this question, and Karen sent me a message on it, and I didn't respond. And I'm sorry about that, Karen. So what happened with the calendar this year? Well, I put together a calendar this year, and I've done this every year for the last few years. But I put all these pictures together. I went through all my files, and to be honest with you, most of the pictures that I had were all construction based. And that's kind of not what I want the calendar to be. But I spent so much time on the property and not actually exploring Alaska that this year I've decided I'm not going to do a calendar. Next year I'll get back into it again because I'll be off the property more, getting more pictures of Alaska. I let this entire project completely take over my life for the last year. And while I'm happy of where I'm at right now, I didn't want that to happen, but it did. So rather than put out one that would be like a token, blah, here you go. I just opted not to do one this year. So next year for sure, we'll get back on that horse again. Jess, I would have kept the moose and given away the salmon. I love salmon. Okay. Oh, I'm getting all kinds of messages now. Cool. Maybe that's all tree messages. I like those. I think I got that one, right? Oh, yeah, I think I just answered that, Jonathan. Sean, we had 20 Christmas carolers at the house this morning. Oh, that is awesome. That is very cool. Yeah, I don't get many of those. Not here. I will move the camera over, though, and give you guys a peek as we get ready to cut out of here of what the yard looks like right now, because it's beautiful. It's gorgeous right now. Right, worth the sacrifice of a year to get in a cabin. It is, and it is so much nicer than. I mean, the trailer was an experience that very few people will ever have. Living in a trailer off grid in Alaska is an experience that very few people can ever say that they had, and I am not sorry that I did it at all. But the cabin is so much nicer. I mean, it is so toasty warm in here. Last night I'm in bed and my heater's on the lowest possible setting it can be on right now. But last night I was so warm while I was laying in bed, I opened the window while I was sleeping. It's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Neil Diamond, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Yeah. I won't sing. I promise I'll stop that. Everybody's saying Rose family fog. Good night, Sean. Need to get some sleep. Have to head out at 2 a.m. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I'm up at about 2:30 myself, so I know exactly what you mean. But 2:30 is closer to you than it is to me right now in time zones, right? Russell from Raspberry Rock Off Grid did the whole tent thing until he got into the cabin, which is a little bit more hardcore than me. There are people that live in wall tents in Alaska, year round, and that's a bit more hardcore than I can deal with. Merry Christmas, Leslie. They are, right? Chestnuts are a lot of work. Okay, let me see if I can move this camera over real quick. We're at an hour now, and then after I do that, we'll say goodbye, and I'll play the Christmas trees for you, but I don't know if we're going to be able to see. Where are we at here? Yeah, see, I can't really get that over there. Let's pull this a little further. Don't mind the camera moving around here. I'm trying to find out where my cords are connected. Get back over there. That's about as close as I can get right now. So a little bit of snow on the trees out there. I'll get some other pictures for you. With that said, I will see you guys all on Christmas Eve. I hope you have, if you can't join me then, I hope you all have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and we will catch you on Christmas Day. If you want to pop in and say hi, by all means, I will be on here for a couple of hours. And if I don't see you before then, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's to you. I am Sean in Alaska. Let's pop this up one last time. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for the constant support. Thank you for joining all the lives and the comments and the words of encouragement that I constantly get from all of you. Have a great, great Christmas. I'm out.